What is up, guys? I'm QuickShots, aka Jake, and today I have some Call of Duty World War II tips for you when using the combat shotgun. This is known to be one of the most trolliest shotguns in the game, especially with the fire shells. Well, typically shotguns in general then, so if you're using the Expeditionary Division. So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we're going to start with the Division, as I just mentioned. So most people are going to run the Expeditionary Division, which is the division that gives you fire shells, which gives you a damage over time effect. It's a tick, so if you shoot somebody with it, it's going to take a couple seconds, probably half a second for all 3 or 4 ticks to go through and kill your enemy. Most times you're going to get a kill when you're close range with this immediately, and maybe medium range. In shotgun terms, it'll be a second kill. So you'll probably wait a half second to a second for the damage to tick, and then it'll kill your enemy. So a lot of times what will happen is if somebody picks you off first, but somehow you get the shot off, the damage over time, or tick, will kill them. So you'll be trading 1 for 1, essentially. So with this, you get the fire shells with this division, obviously. And then also you get the one choice of a tactical and a lethal equipment. So with this, I would take your standard grenade. You can take a standard grenade, a sticky grenade, throwing knife, whatever. It doesn't necessarily matter. I just go with your standard grenade. You know, I'm not that great with the sticky grenades or anything, so I just stick with that. But it's basically personal preference. Sometimes I even like to take the throwing knife and just kind of troll people around. They're not really too accurate, at least for me. I'm probably just not good with them, but yeah, just use whatever you want for that. And then with the tactical grenade, definitely take the smoke grenade. 100% of the time take smoke grenade, especially on the large maps when you're going to be need to close your distance with your enemy. A lot of times what's going to happen is when you're in a shotgun class, an enemy's going to spot you too far away, they have an assault rifle, you're dead. So what the smoke grenade does is it provides you the cover that you need to get close to your enemy and then light them up, literally. So also with this division, you're going to get the throw equipment faster, farther, and while sprinting sort of perk. This is pretty beneficial, I guess. I mean, it's just an extra thing. It's for the level 3 division. It's just going to let you throw your smoke grenade, regular grenade, etc. faster. The last perk is going to be the resupply off dead enemies. This is pretty useful. I mean, depending on how long you live, my KD is about 1.6, 1.62. With this division and the shotgun, this specific shotgun is about 2.1, so I don't necessarily live that long, especially when you're playing fast-paced matches like TDM. Maybe long lives, this would be really helpful, but it really isn't that much. So yeah, continue on. So the attachments that I use for my combat shotgun are typically the advanced rifling attachment. What this does is going to give you a little extra range. So as you can see here, I'm battling this guy. I'm not really going to hit him at all. I'm a little too far, but I do have this attachment on, so it would have, if I were maybe half that distance, I would be able to hit him and do decent damage to him. So anyways, I'm going to come up behind him, try and get the headshot, miss, and then eventually kill him. So yeah, the advanced rifling perk or attachment is definitely one that you want to take. I would not pass it up. Definitely take it if you have the attachment slot, because I don't know what else you would use if you're not using that. So the second attachment that I would use is the extendo mag, as I like to call it, or the extended mag. So what this does is just going to give you extra ammo in your clip. So instead of having, you know, your typical 10 shells in one clip, you're going to have a couple extra. So another attachment that I would use with this is the quick draw attachment. So what this is going to do is let you aim down the sights faster. So as you're playing a fast-paced class, shotgun, you're going to be rushing people. You want to get that extra, you know, save time off of aiming down your sight so you can beat your opponent. So the very last attachment that I can sort of recommend is the rapid fire. Now, the only thing this does, it doesn't make it to where your shotgun is fully automatic, obviously. However, it does let you have a faster animation. I want to say it's about, from other videos and websites that I've looked at, it's about 1.5 to like 1.7% faster than the normal animation, which really doesn't seem like that much. It might be the difference between a host and a player in the host lobby. But that could be all I can think of. Typically, I would think pro players really use that, but I'm assuming most of us watching this, including me making it, are not pro players. So, with the attachments out of the way, let's talk about the perks, or as they are now known as basic training. So the basic trainings that I would go for are hustle, which allow you to reload faster and while you sprint. This is definitely a needed perk for when you're running the shotgun class. You always are moving with the shotgun class. You're always rushing. You're always doing something. You're never really standing still unless you're kind of like me and you kind of hang around these tight corners like this, wait for people to pop out. So typically you want to go with that, but the other one that I use most of the time is the primed basic training or perk. So what this does is it gives you an extra primary attachment and it reduces flinch when hit. Sorry. So when you're rushing people, you're gonna take shots, especially from assault rifles, SMGs, etc. So what this is gonna allow you to do, your hip fire aim is gonna be a little more accurate, or your down sights aim. And then also with the extra primary attachment, you can take up to 3 attachments. So what I usually run is the advanced rifling attachment, the extended mag, and the quick draw. Those are my preferences. I don't use the rapid fire. I don't really find it that helpful in most situations, because you can't even tell. If you were to go into a custom match and sit there and compare the two, you'd have to record them and put them in slow-mo to even really notice the difference. So now that we got your class all situated and everything set up, I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to use this class effectively and how it changes your gameplay. So one of the things that you might have noticed throughout this gameplay is I'm kind of staying indoors, kind of hugging around corners, making sure I'm not walking in straight open areas, kind of like the roads that are on this map. So what you want to do is pretty much hug anything, especially if you're outside, hug walls. You don't want to be caught out in the open, because combat shotgun versus STG, you're going to lose every time from long range, even with the advanced rifling attachment. So when you're walking out in these straight lines, especially like in the roads on this map, you're going to want to use your smoke grenade, or that's when you would use it. Otherwise, you want to kind of hug the buildings, hug the boxes, hug anything that is going to protect you. So typically you can either camp inside, kind of like I did in this gameplay, where I'm just kind of staying in that main building where there's a constant influx of enemies coming in. You can always sit on corners. I know it's camping, but it's how you play the game. It's a gameplay style. Another style of play that you can use is kind of running around the map. So that's going to be the more risky, more reward. So you can be spawn trapping, camping enemy objectives with this, kind of swarming the enemy team, running around their spawn. Pretty much you're going to just drive the enemy team crazy. So with that, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.